Puerto Rico is a small island located in the Caribbean region of Latin America, governed by the United States. It lies east of the Dominican Republic and west of the Virgin Islands. San Juan is the capital of the small island. Puerto Rico is a tropical Caribbean travel destination and one of the islands of the Greater Antilles in Eastern Caribbean Sea. Located 125 kilometers east of the island Hispaniola. The island landscape offers green mountains, waterfalls, tropical rainforests, and sandy beaches along most coastal areas. Moderated by easterly trade winds, Puerto Rico enjoys a pleasant tropical climate with relatively low humidity. As I said, the island is a self-governing, unincorporated territory of the United States. Puerto Rico population is equivalent to 0.04% of the total world population. The current population of Puerto Rico is 2,872,020. The official language are Spanish and English. Puerto Rico's population is somewhat in decline. Many Puerto Ricans who are US citizens moved to the United States mainland. Puerto Rico's faltering economy and an employment rate of more than 12% and almost 28% of youth unemployment has drained the island of its people. The culture of Puerto Rico has been greatly influenced by its history. With a blend of Taino Indians, Spanish and African cultures comes a melting pot of people and traditions. Let's consider that the people of Puerto Rico represent a cultural and a racial mix. During the 18th century, the Spaniards, in order to populate the country, took Taino Indians women as brides. Later on, as labor was needed to maintain crops and build roads, African slaves were imported, followed by the importation of Chinese immigrants. Then continued with the arrival of Italian, French, German, and even Lebanese people. Puerto Rico became a colony of the United States in 1898, and many American immigrants came to the island, long after Spain had lost control of Puerto Rico. However, Spanish immigrants continued to arrive on the island. Puerto Rico celebrates all official US holidays, and it contains a mixture of traditional, religious, and national government holidays. Official public holidays are those recognized by the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. On such holidays, all public offices are closed. Some of the main holidays include Año Nuevo, which means New Year's Day, Día de los Presidentes, or President's Day, and Día de los Tres Reyes Magos, which means Three Kings Day or Epiphany. Epiphany, it is a Greek word that means the manifestation. However, the one I want to talk about today is Three Kings Day. The story of the Three Kings comes originally from a chapter in the book of Matthew of the Bible, which talks about three wise men or kings who traveled following a star to meet the newborn Jesus. Along the way, they stopped to see Herod, the king of Judea, who was threatened by the birth of Jesus, and ordered the kings to first find Jesus and then tell him where Jesus was. The kings found Jesus in Bethlehem, and they brought him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Melchior was known as the Sultan of Arabia. He brought gold, the symbol of a king. However, Balthazar was the ruler of Ethiopia and brought myrrh, the symbol of man. On the other hand, Gaspar, the third king, was known as the Emperor of the Orient. He was said to have traveled the farthest and brought frankincense, the symbol of God. However, for Puerto Rican's children, it's perhaps the most exciting and important day of the year, since it is on this day that they receive their presents. According to popular culture, the kids place a box filled with straw, grass, or hay under their beds. This is a gesture of goodwill and supposed to be used to feed the king's camels while they rest as their owners make deliveries. If the child is good, he wakes up the next morning to find candies, sweets, or toys in his box. If he was bad, he will only find a lump of dirt or charcoal.
Three Kings Day is really special for me. For Puerto Rican kids who grew up in New York, it's like this extra holiday. I don't know how aware you are of this tradition, but this is the way we celebrate it as a family. The day before, on January 5th, I'd go out to the park near my house with my dad, and we would go collect grass and hay for the camels of the Three Kings. You get enough to fill a shoebox, and you put it next to your bed. Just like you would leave milk and cookies for Santa, we're leaving grass and hay for the camels to eat, because they've obviously come a very long way if they're coming to Upper Manhattan to bring you toys. And you go to sleep, and you wake up, and first of all, there's presents at the foot of your bed. Second of all, there's grass and hay all over your house. So your brain is filled with the mental images of, oh my goodness, there were camels in my house, and they traipsed up the stairs, and they ate the hay next to my bed, and it's this incredible Three Kings Day miracle. Now here's the thing, if you're growing up in New York, you gotta go to school that day. But you get to go to school with your new toys. I went to a school with not a lot of other Latino kids. It was me, Jillian Mojica, Jaman Martinez, and Pacho Velez. I still know all their names because there was only the four of us. And we had this like little secret. We had our secret little extra holiday.
Apparently, the tradition is much older than that of Santa's visit on Christmas Eve, and much of the proceedings are celebrated across the globe in a similar fashion. Young adults, on the other hand, get ready to enjoy night upon night of partying and fun. Their celebration starts straight after Christmas and continue until Three Kings Day in early January. In fact, the Dia de los Reyes party is the next big event on the calendar after Christmas, so a lot of planning goes into it to make sure it is a success. These celebrations, enjoyed in Puerto Rico, continue pretty much non-stop for 2 weeks, as islanders celebrate each passing night in a different way.
El Día de los Tres Reyes Magos.